something like hold the shake maybe a second or two too long. From there, when you lean in, to go touch them, to talk to them, you always make sure there's contact. Whether you wrap your arm around her to go when you lean in to say something, or you touch her shoulder in conversation. Always make, even if it's light touching. You don't have to, start off really aggressive, but you can work your way till you feel stuff that you feel comfortable with. You only feel comfortable just touching her hand or shoulder, then start with that and just keep doing it.
All right. So the way to avoid coming off as a creepy, octopus type of guy is to just touch lightly and touch in areas that you already feel comfortable touching.
Exactly. It has to cater to your comfort level.
What about touching of any of the genital area?
I'm all for it.
Yeah, I figured that. Let me be more clear in the question before you put me on the spot like that again. You're in a club with a girl.
Right.
You have started getting touchy-feely with her. You're touching her hand, touching her shoulder, playing with her hair. Maybe at this point you've even kissed her. Do you even bother touching the genitals at that time? Do you save it for later in the evening? Is it even possible to touch a girl in the genitals while you're, just meeting her? And if so, how long would that normally take from the time you first approach her to the time you'd be touching her genitals?
All right. Yes, it is possible. And two, unless you have the skill set to take her home soon after, I wouldn't recommend it. Because most guys, when you're in that zone, you've basically gone past the point of no return. Where you, at that point, everyone is seeing you doing all kind of ungodly things with this woman. All the other women in the spot, the club, whatever, they're watching this. They see this. So unless you can actually take that woman home, I wouldn't advise it. Because now you've done a whole bunch of heavy petting and touching and, dancing and freaky and everything. And if the girl's like, well, thank you, I had such a nice time, you were so nice, and she walks away, you're pretty much done in that venue.
You don't think...
No other chick in that place is going to even give you the time of day.
Why do you think that is? I mean, a girl's already shown that you are obviously attractive enough to get with, to begin with. Why would women then say, no, man, you've already been with her, I don't want it?
That's precisely why. Because, number one, they're saying, well, if you couldn't close the deal to take her home, why would I want to be with you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you're still here and she's not. You messed up somewhere, buddy. So no self-respecting woman is going to even want to deal with you after that. You pretty much got to go to a different club. And they're right. You should have took her home. So I agree with them.
All right. So then the women aren't noticing the fact that you got the girl. They're only interested in the fact that you lost her in the end.
Right. And you did all of that, this big public display of affection, and got nothing to show for it. That right there symbolizes a hole in your game.
All right. Here's the situation. I'm sure you've been asked this question many times. You're at that point. You're ready to take her out of the club, going to your place, going to her place. Of course, between the time that you stop touching her and making out with her to the time you get her into the cab or into your car, there might be some resistance. There might be some sort of, I don't know, maybe we shouldn't be doing this. How do you handle that?
I agree with everything they say. Whatever it is, you know what? You're right. We shouldn't be doing this. But don't stop kissing me, though.
So what if she says...
Put your hand right here. Yeah, you know what? I'm with you all the way. I think this is going way too fast. Oh, stop. Don't do that. But, yeah, I mean, I don't even think we should go to my place. I think we should go to your place because it's closer so we can talk about why we should not be doing this. So, I mean, I agree with everything they say.
So you agree with everything they say, and then you use it to your advantage?
Yes. Because with women, you can't go by what they say. You have to go by what they're doing. Because a girl could be telling you how much she can't stand you, and she hates you, and yet she has her arms wrapped around you and is kissing your neck.
I want you to... you got to repeat that line again. when it comes to women,
you can't go by what they say. You have to go by what they do. Because a woman could be telling you how much she can't stand you and how she hates you, and yet have her arms wrapped around you, kissing your neck.
I think that you've just worded a brilliant bit of genius there. And this is going out to all the nice guys listening. When a girl is complaining about her boyfriend, who's so bad to her, who's so mean to her, and she's so happy to have you as a friend to be her therapist, who's going to listen to her problems at 3 o'clock in the morning, don't listen to what she's saying. Look at the fact that she's having sex with the boyfriend, but no sex with you.
Exactly. And I'll tell you something else, guys. If you don't do anything else, get really good at sex. Great sex eliminates 98% of all your problems. Women will be in denial about some outlandish stuff because of great sex.
You mean like the other 4 girlfriends?
Yeah, that too. I mean, but look at it like this. And I will say this, you will, as the guy, if you become great at sex, you will pay the price. And I'll go through the dichotomy of great sex. Well, first of all, good sex is hard to find. Great sex is damn near impossible. So when a woman finds great sex, she will do whatever she has to do to keep it. She doesn't have to like you to want to sleep with you.
And how long do you think that she'll continue to stay with you as long as you're giving her great sex?
As long as possible. Because, like I said, it's hard to find. And then even if she does leave and she goes to some guy who's mediocre at best, she'll come back to you. No pun intended.
And she'll do that while she's with the new guy, I would assume.
She'll just leave the new guy. Once you've had great sex, you go back to mediocre, you can't wait to get back to great sex. That's guys and girls. I'll put it like this. Well, and here's the funny part. When you have great sex, you can always tell with a woman because she'll have that afterglow. I mean, she'll look really good. All her friends could tell that she just had great sex. And, you know, it's almost like if you was watching The Price is Right and they called her name, it's like, come on down. I mean, you know, that kind of thing. But with the guy, after great sex, I mean, he's worn down. I mean, he's dragging himself to work. All the fellas like, damn, B, what happened to you? No, he's walking around with a knapsack. They're playing the theme song to the Incredible Hulk.
Da, 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 da.
You know?
Da, 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 da.
You know, he's walking down the street trying to hitch a ride.
That song always made me teary-eyed.
That's the great sex is like for a guy.
Oh man. Okay, so that brings us to the next question, dude. A guy who maybe let's not go with the virgin example now. Let's talk about a guy, maybe average guy. He's had a couple of girlfriends. We're looking at a decent-looking guy with just basic social skills.
Okay.
Maybe at this point he's had one long-term relationships, maybe a one-night stand. He's dated a few here and there. He's maybe been with 4 different women, but he's young. He's inexperienced. They were inexperienced or very shy. They weren't taking the lead. What would he have to do to start to become a magnificent lover?
Wow. I don't even know where to start with that.
All right, we'll tell you
so many things.
why don't we go to a commercial break, and when we come back from commercial, Will is going to answer or attempt to answer that question: where does an average guy who's given mediocre sex learn to become magnificent? We're going to go to commercial right now here on Frank Talks.
Frank Talks is sponsored in part by Everything Out of Her Mouth is a Test, a man's guide to the emotional needs of women. Ladies, does your man squash your inner vixen? When you ask him to repeat what you have just said to him, does he look at you like a deer caught in the headlights? Does he think that leaving the game on while you talk to him is a good idea? Is his favorite phrase, "Yes, dear, you are absolutely right"?